Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the Global Unmasking, the truth that's hidden in plain sight. So, you guys, as you can see from the title, we are getting into some very wild conversations. Okay, let us start. So, I don't know if you guys know this, but there is actually a melanin harvesting that is happening. Okay, not only is this happening in Haitian places, okay, like Hades, okay, where they are, using them as slaves, telling them that they are helping their development, but really using them, okay? Now, melanin harvesting is happening from animals such as pigs, cows, horses, crows, anything with black or brown pigment, okay? Why? Yeah, why are they extracting this? And not just from animals, but also from humans, okay? Yes, you heard it correctly. They are harvesting melanin from animals and humans. So, melanin is actually far more expensive than gold. Gold is coming in at a $53 per gram, whereas melanin is coming in at a whopping $400 per gram. So you could see what but why is it so expensive, right? Why is it so valuable, right? Did you know that melanin absorbs the sun, right? Yeah, it absorbs the sun. So they use pigment, melanin, to make sunscreen, to where fair-skinned people can then put this on their skin and basically go through they won't burn because they'll be using melanin. Okay? No. Also, it's pretty wild, but they're using it for food. You heard that correctly. For food. Okay? They're also using it for agriculture. And the last thing that they're using it for is medicine purposes. Okay? Crazy. Okay? Now, side note, did you guys know what's going on with Russia? Turns out, the U.S. is actually attacking the Russians and using Ukrainians to do so. Wow, right? And here's what's really, really, really crazy. The financial departments are saying that we are on the verge of a collapse. Obviously, we knew this due to the BRIC alliance and them changing the currency to digital and using the Chinese dollar, the yuan. Okay? But did you guys also know that right now a biblical plague has been let loose? Yeah, a biblical plague is taking over Florida right now. What the plague is called is leprosy, which causes skin and nerve damage. Crazy. And what the CDC and other, health organizations are doing is they are asking that the next pandemic should be longer and stricter lockdowns. Sounds like some bullshit to me, right? Stricter lockdowns. I mean, I get it, right? Because you don't want it to spread. But also, we found within the last pandemic that it was the Fugazi. Okay? Anyway, there's a whole agenda, right? A 21st century agenda where 179 nations agreed in 1982 to inventory and control the food, the land, the energy, the animals, and the humans. And production, okay? To inventory and control it. Yeah. For like a totalitarian balanced system. You know, they want like a new world order to where there's one government, like one government running the whole world is what they were pushing the agenda to, and this is what all those different nations agreed to, right? And the three pillars of this was economy, ecology, and equity, okay? To bring down the developed nations to prevent some type of catastrophe from happening, but also to bring you know, the masses into dense cities, like, you know, really like very populated cities, so that they can surveillance and control them more, because the more people are spread out, the more they kind of can do what they want to do, so on and so forth, which kind of, as you can tell, messes up their plan a little bit, right? Yeah. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about the Matrix, right? And why okay, Elon Musk said there is a 99.9% chance that we are living in a simulation. Just think about that, okay? And it's been said multiple times by multiple people that we're living in a simulation. They call the simulation a matrix. Now, is it saying that we're in like a game or something like that, and there's NPCs, non-playable characters, right? Have you ever seen The Matrix? Basically, it's that understanding, right? And many movies have showed us, you know, the movies that have, you know, the hidden knowledge, that tell us what's actually going on, because, you know, they have to release certain information to us, right? So it's really crazy. But here's the gist of it all, right? Real is only real through perception, okay? So what is real? Real is what you can see, taste, feel, hear, so on and so forth, right? So real is an electromagnetic frequency that the brain then decodes. Okay. What? No. What the brain then decodes, okay? To form a reality. So it's like a computer program, right? I wish I had something I could show you. Maybe we'll use this, right? So like a computer program is like 101010, just repeated, right? Ones and zeros, just repeated and repeated and repeated, and it creates. In a computer, you type that, and it creates energy to be decoded. Okay, it's frequencies, right? And how many you group together, it makes how many. It's like kind of like Morse code, but like for numerology frequencies, okay? So anyway, so, you know, and it's interesting. So the brain is decoding these frequencies and forming a reality based off of the code sequences that are being coded, right? That's what makes it the Matrix, because somebody or some group of people or something created the code for the reality that we are perceiving. So the brain is actually dark, like dark matter, okay? The brain is a dark thing, right? But it can see light, okay? Through frequencies. Because light is color, right? Color is frequency, right? So, but the thing about color is we can only see, the thing about light is we can only see 5% of that. And within that 5%, that creates all of reality. That's why they say we can only see to the fourth what was it, the 14th dimension. We can only see 5% of what is actually around us. Just think of what people have claimed to see, whether being, activated, whether being, just seeing because they have a veil, whether it's people are seeing this because they're high or drunk or tripping, or maybe they're gifted, right? People see these different things and feel these different things and go on these trips and astral project and all these different things. That's why. Yeah. Okay? But the wild thing about these projections is that each person sees color differently. Okay? That's the glitch, right? We all see differently, right? Because you have people who have glasses who see at, you can have glasses and be at 20/20. So, it's not, but I don't know what the discrepancy there is. I'm not an eye doctor. I couldn't tell you that. But I do know I have 20/20 vision, but I have a prescription glasses. But anyway, so the crazy thing is you have people who are colorblind, who only can see certain colors and can't see other colors. Then you have people who have, vision, something with their vision to where they see a different part, like nearsighted, farsighted. They can't see fully, or they see a lot, right? Based off of certain positions. And so that's wild, because we do know that color is a frequency. Are you getting where I'm going with this? I hope I'm explaining this correctly. So the way you guys can understand it, that is what forms the matrix. Okay, it's just codes, it's frequencies. Okay, this is why numerology is a thing. This is why zodiac and astrology is a thing. This is why they're accurate, because it's a coded program. And those are okay, let's say you have a game, right? And then you have a cheat sheet or something that shows you how to move the controllers, or what goals you're supposed to get to, so on and so forth, right? You can think of astrology, numerology, what's it called? Is it animality? But anyway, you can think of all these different sciences and studies as levels, and as cues and clues on how to navigate, right? This is why these things are so important to what we know, right? Because they help us to do what? To understand that the colors, right? Let's just talk about chakras, right? It helps us to understand what colors are on the frequencies of our body. Our bodies has frequencies, right? Because we got purple up top, the crown, right? Indigo, the third eye. Blue, the throat. Green, the heart. Yellow, the solar plexus. Orange, the sacral. Red, the root, right? But each one of those colors has a frequency. And whenever you want to balance the chakra, you can listen to a frequency, right? So it's like a guide on what to do. And then you break down those numbers, and those numbers have meanings of those frequencies. Those numbers are codes that have frequencies. And those frequencies are wavelength vibrations that kind of tell the body, okay, this is what we're doing. You get what I'm saying? And it's the same for every other thing that we perceive. It's a code, like a reference, right? Then it goes to the brain. The brain's like, okay, let me decode this. It does its decoding process, and then it shows us what we want to see. And that's why each person sees a different reality, because each person's brain is coding different. And that would be why, if they're NPCs, that's why there are NPCs. Because there's people, non-playable characters, who are just here to push the agenda, to kind of help guide people along. Just like in a regular game, you have what? Bots, right? It's the same thing. We even have real life robots, right? We even have real life robots. Like, we work with computers, we work with phones. These are what? Bots. Okay? And these bots do what? They program. They give you programs. They show you TV programs, internet programs. It's programming. Everything is a program that programs you into a frequency. Radio, what? Frequencies. You get it? It's all programming. It's all coding, and that's what makes the Matrix a Matrix. It's crazy. It's not crazy, but it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's the same for, like, okay, for example, the sun has a frequency, and the sun actually gives information, right? The sun light gives codes to the plants. The plants then perceive those codes and do accordingly, right? The sun also gives us information. Okay, the sun also helps us to grow. We also need those things. They're really vital for life in general, because it gives codes. It's like a computer brain, basically. Just, you know, gives out the information, you know, like when you need it. It's like its own coder. It's like it's the coder, right? The sun is like what codes you. But then it's also the moon, because whenever the sun goes down and the moon is up, right, the moon controls the water in the world, right? The frequencies of the water. Well, water holds frequency. Well, if the moon is holding the frequencies to the water, we are 70% liquid, right? So it also controls our emotions and our moods as well, to a very specific degree. So that's that same understanding, just like with the sun, right? The sun will heal you and bring clarity and light and stuff like that, whereas the moon brings the emotions, brings the, you know, like the mysterious side, you know, more like Pluto, or like, you know what I'm trying to say? So like it's real, I want to use the word auspicious, the way that this is formed. And if, you know, if you really are doing your studies, right, and you're really connecting the dots, or you're really listening to people like myself who do the studies and who connect the dots, you really see the flaws and the connections of things, right? And how everything is kind of put together, right? Because if you know little bits and pieces, you can understand the whole. So it's so interesting the way that life is. Period. The way that life is. Anywho, I hope that this has helped you. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Stay blessed, never stressed, with much peace, much power, much love, much light, and of course, much joy. I'll see you guys next time.